All right, guys. So with Scope RX, let's talk about um, everything that you need to know prior to you doing the service, after the service, um, what tools you can use with Scope RX, and also do you need a prescription? So these are like some frequently asked questions that not only customers ask, but also you guys. So let's talk about it. First off, Scope RX is a 3-in-1 fat dissolve. So I have been teaching for years how to make a cocktail. So I will always tell you guys to take three different serums to produce a cocktail. Well, what I wanted to do was I wanted to put everything into one bottle, and that's what I did. So, Scope RX is not only going to help with your fat dissolve, it is also going to help with skin tightening. It's going to help produce collagen because it has hyaluronic acid in it as well. And it also has vitamin C and D in it as well, so that the body can be nourished. All right. So, oftentimes, a lot of the clients can't lose weight because their body is dehydrated because they don't drink enough water. They don't do the things that they're supposed to do. And that's why you want the vitamins added into it. So that was super important for us to put in all of those things into one bottle and create a cocktail. And it's Scope RX. It is what they consider a topical serum. So that means that pretty much it can be injected, but it also can be applied on the top layer of the skin. Um, However, if you want to see the best results, you would either inject it or use the hyaluronic pen. All right. And I'm going to show you guys the pen really quick as well, just in case anybody had any questions about the different pens. So, the electric pen is going to allow you to administer the Scope RX without having a medical assistant certification or being a nurse because it uses air pressure. Okay, so because it uses air pressure, you don't have to have any certifications or anything to use this pen. The largest amount that you can do is zero point 0.5. So the largest amount that you can do is zero point 0.5 when you are using the electric pen. That means that 2 ampoules is going to make 1 ml. So if you are trying to do 30 mLs, then you're going to need 60 0.5 ampoules. Okay. So you're doubling the amount because 2 ampoules equals 1 ml. That's how that works. Now, you guys know Old Faithful. Old Faithful is the manual pen. People started using this since 2018 for lips, body, chin. However, it was actually created for people to use with diabetes. So once the FDA saw that people were using it for cosmetics, they actually said that they banned it from being used. That's why it's kind of hard to find for cosmetics because they did not want people using it. And it was mainly because of lips, guys. It was mainly because of lips. So, people, if you want to read the whole story, you can look it up. But it was mainly because people were bruising their lips. They were getting like these spas was using it on lips, and they were not using it correctly on the lips, and that's why they banned it. Pretty much because of the lips. So you can use either one of these pens. I can tell you the manual pen is going to take longer. We used this in one of our live classes in Charlotte this year, and the amount of serum is like less than zero point 0.1, even with a zero point 0.5 ampoule, y'all, because you can do dual heads with it. So you can do zero point 0.5 and zero point 0.3. But because of how the ampoule has to sit inside of the pen, you can't fill the ampoule up. So you're almost doing like anywhere between zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.2 amount of serum in every session. So this pen is going to take you a very long time to do a session. on a body. Just throwing it out there, just letting you know. Can you use it? Yes. Is it strong? Yes. Will it take you a long time? Yes. This cuts down the time. It is faster, and you can use more serum. And of course, if you are a medical assistant or a nurse, you can use your insulin needles or your 1 ml needles if you hold those certifications and have your licenses. This is not a prescription or a compound drug. This is not a prescription or a compound drug. Okay. And it doesn't have to be approved by the FDA because it is not a prescription or a compound drug. It is considered a cosmetic, and the FDA does not approve cosmetics. Okay. Any questions before we go on to part two? All right, no questions. Okay, so who would be a good candidate for Scope RX injections? I'm sorry, guys, I forgot to look in the chat section. So if you put it in the chats, my bad. All right. So who would be a good candidate for Scope RX um, injections? Anyone that doesn't have like any liver or heart condition. If any of your clients have a liver, heart condition, lupus, I would not recommend injecting anything into their body, not even with the hyaluronic pen, a hyaluron pen. They wouldn't be a good candidate for this. So lupus, heart condition, liver condition, I would not use these injections on them. Okay. Um, Other than that, we haven't had any issues, and we have sold over, we're almost at 10,000 bottles, if I'm not mistaken. The last time I counted, we were at like 95, 9,600 bottles in the last year. So this has only been out for a year, and we've sold almost 10,000 bottles. And I usually could collect the data from you guys. So I'll reach out to you. Actually, did you have any clients that had any type of rashes or anything? It does sting a little bit. That is normal. It usually goes away anywhere between 60 seconds to about 5 minutes. It usually calms down, but that's the most. We haven't had anyone have any allergic reactions to it. Before I put it on the market, we did about 10 people. So we haven't had any allergic reactions to it so far. Even people that have really, really sensitive skin. What I do recommend that you do is you can do a patch test, PATCH, and you can just get like a little corner of the person's body that you're going to be working on. So if you're going to be working on their stomach, just do a little patch test just to make sure that they don't have an allergic reaction. Inject it how you're going to do the service, whether it's with the pen or the needle, and you're going to do about 1 ml or zero point 0.5 mLs. Let it sit for about 15 minutes to see if they have any type of allergic reaction. So that is a patch test that I recommend anytime you're doing fat dissolve, but especially if you're going to be doing Scope RX. All right. Another thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you prep your clients' bodies prior to doing the session on her or him. And what I recommend that you do is one of the three things before you do your injections. You can do either one that you prefer. You can either do suction therapy, where you're kind of like flushing out her lymphatic system with the suction probe. And you can do that for anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. You can also do the G massager. You can also do Brazilian hand therapy. So you can do one of those three, whichever one you prefer, but you want to go ahead and jumpstart her lymphatic system. And that is a great way to kind of flush out her lymphatic system before just jumping in and doing the sessions on her. So definitely recommend that for about 10 to 15 minutes prior to you doing the session. Now, how many mLs can you do during one session? One area, the most I would say in one area is 30 mLs, but I wouldn't recommend that for the first session. I would probably recommend that for your second session because, once again, you want to make sure that you are putting safety first, patient's safety first, and you don't want to do 30 mLs on her first session and she has some type of reaction. So you want to break up the sessions. That's why when you sell these packages, you want to let them know that their first session is just going to be a detox. It's going to be a natural detox with the injections to kind of see how their body reacts. And then you're going to do the second session and you're going to increase the amount of serum. So the first session, I recommend that you do anywhere between 10 to 20 mLs. And if you're going to do 20, you can do it in different sessions as far as sections of the body. So let's say you do 10 in the front on her stomach, and then you do 10 in the back. That would be the 20 mLs in the first session because you can do multiple areas on her body. And then the second session, you could increase it to about 20 to 30 mLs where you can do 20 on her stomach and you can do 20 on her back. So it'll be a total of 40 mLs that session, but in different areas. And then the third one, if you wanted to increase it to 30-30, you could. Any questions? If you have the 50 ml bottle, I would probably recommend that you split that bottle up and do multiple sessions with that body. So that can actually be a full body session where you can do about 25 on the stomach area because that would need the most. And then if you want to do her back or her love handles with the remaining, you could. So you can actually use that bottle in one session, and we purposely made it that way, even down to the type of bottle that we put that in. That's why we had to have it in an amber glass so that it could last longer, but also so it can protect the actual serum inside of the body. So that one bottle, you can actually do multiple areas, and it could be like a full body session, and all you use was one bottle. Any questions before we go to part 3? Are you guys understanding it so far, like how you should be using the serum? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, perfect. You can use it on the chin area. So you can do it on the chin area. The most you need for the chin area is 10 mLs, guys. Like you don't need a lot for the chin area. The most you need for the chin area is about 10 mLs. You can use it on arms. You can use it on the thighs. Something that we've been using it on to kind of help give our clients like a natural lift is, that thigh area right before it gets to the cuff of the buttocks or the glutes. So right that thigh area where it's right before you get to the crease of the glutes. If you were to decrease the size of her thigh area, it is actually going to appear as if you gave her glutes a lift. Just the FYI. So that's why you'll see a lot of people in videos, they're going back and forth with the probe in that area. And it is to appear as if you're giving the client a lift. So you can use it to decrease the size of her thighs, and it will also give her glutes a lift, a natural lift as well. So you can use it on the thighs, you can use it on the arms, you can use it on the chin, you can use it on the stomach and the back as well. So it's a full body serum that you can use. Okay. The next thing is aftercare. Aftercare is really, really important, guys. If you want to see the best results, your clients are going to have to compress. Your clients are going to have to compress. I'm going to recommend that you go ahead and invest into some waist trainers, some fajas, whatever to help her compress. You are going to want her to compress. One of the cousins, she included the foam boards, the foam boards that people use for surgery. She included those and she got some really, really good results. I didn't ask her for permission, so I didn't post it. I'll probably reach out to her and ask her, can I get permission? But she included those with her waist trainers and she sells them in the package with her scope shots. Compression is going to be key. Compression is going to be key. So if you can do like the foam boards, if you could do waist trainers, and then also if you can do any type of like Chinese oil or lipo oil. Now don't forget lipo oil does have a burning effect, y'all. So I probably wouldn't recommend lipo oil on the first day. I probably would do like two bottles. I would do a 2 ounce container of Chinese oil, and then I would do a 2 ounce container of lipo oil. Tell her the day of to use the Chinese oil so that can help with her inflammation and then and her bloating so that it can reduce the appearance of her stomach and give her better results. And then tell her 48 hours later to use the lipo oil for 45 minutes. That's what I would recommend. But she needs to be compressing anywhere between 8 to 9 hours every single day after her scope shots. Every single day. You also want to tell her either before or after her injections. I probably would recommend after her injections to drink about 8 ounces of gut buster. To drink about 8 ounces of gut buster. The more they are compressing and doing their gut cleanse and cleaning out their lymphatic system, the better your results are going to be. So it is a process. It's not just, oh, let me stick you with this Scope RX shots. You guys should be selling a process. You should be selling a process because it's going to be a process to get her to where she needs to be. I mean, we have to think about the type of people that we are working with, guys. Like, we're working with women that do not like to work out, okay? They don't want to work out, they don't want to eat healthy, and they just want fast results. So we have to kind of let them know ahead of time what the process is going to be for fat dissolve injections. So I would create some aftercare cards for them so that they know exactly what they should be doing after the service. Okay. The next thing that you wanted, okay, yes, I know a lot of you guys do before um the sessions, and I know some of you guys have been doing after. You guys know that scope shots, body contouring is never a one size fits all. So I would say that depending on a client, that's how you would depend on telling them whether before and after. Someone showed me a client and she had a really high stomach. And usually that's the indicator that she doesn't go to the restroom every single day. Okay. And they usually have a lot of hard fat if it's high. So if I had a client like that, I would tell her to do before and after. Like I would tell her she needs to detox before, and I would tell her she needs to detox after. Okay. Another thing that goes into consideration is asking clients for prior to you so those you can determine her she detox also that will determine about how many ml can they send you a picture even before you get any type of surgery. Usually before the consultation the doctor will ask you for before and after pictures. So that's what I would recommend, like, hey, before you request scope shots, can you guys send me a before can you send me some pictures of your stomach so I can create a plan for you. Hold on, y'all. Okay, this should be better because I just walked in my building. How about now?
You better.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So that's what I would recommend. I would recommend that you um get those before and after photos prior to your scope shots. Another thing, guys, and I have a couple of these. So if you order Scope RX from me and you want me to throw some, this is all I have. This is all I have. Okay, I got one, two, three, four, five. I got six. Before I get a lot of DMs asking for it, but they work really well on your body. I oiled up, so maybe that won't work. But if you wanted to use these, they wipe off really good, and you can kind of mark it. Can y'all see that? But I have a couple of these. Um, I'll have to try them first to make sure that they work. Yeah, like this one works better. Or if you want a little thing that Tasha taught me was using an eyeliner pencil when you're doing your markings. So either you can do like these are surgery markers. I had a couple of them and they mark pretty well and they come off pretty well when you're doing your markings of the body. Or you can just do an eyeliner pencil. So as you guys can see, it wipes right off. All right. Another thing with Scope RX, you want to make sure that you're marking the area. Um, you want to make sure that you're marking the area. So the process should look like this, guys. The process should look like this when you're doing your Scope RX. I'm going to take you through the journey of a client that is about to get Scope RX, okay? The first thing is let's do a consent form. Or actually, this is going to be a wellness form. Let's do a wellness form. And Spa League, I will create this for you and put it on your dashboard, so don't worry. But the wellness form is to get to know the client to see if this is a good service for her. Because if she has pre-existing conditions like lupus, heart condition, liver condition, this is not going to be the service for her. Remember? So you want to make sure that you pre-qualify her before she pays for the session. And then she's like, oh, well, you didn't say that on your website. So that wellness form is going to pre-qualify her to see if she qualifies. All right. So I can make it into like a link for y'all so you can like send the link to the client whoever's interested in the scope shots, but they need to qualify first. Then once they qualify, also part of this, tell them to send you photos. So these are going to be together, the wellness form and the photos. Okay, I need the wellness form and I need some photos. Just take some photos in the front of your stomach and on the side of their stomach so I can kind of see a front view and a side view. That way I can create a treatment plan for you. Now, the next thing that we need to create treatment plans for the client based off of the size of the client. So remember, nothing in body sculpting is a one size fit all. So you need to have something in place for larger frame clients and smaller frame clients. So what does that look like? Let's just do this as a formula. If they are under 200 for the most part, you can get away with you can get away with each session. Always do about 3 sessions on them. 3 is going to be your magic number for them. And I would do on the first session, you can do 10. The second session, you're going to do 20. And the third session, you would do 30. So altogether, you would use about 60 mLs on them for their sessions. Okay. And your sessions can be 1 week apart. Your sessions can be 1 week apart. So 1 week apart is the goal for each session. So they would come to you week 1, week 2, week 3. So about a month. So you want to tell them like, hey, if you're trying to get ready for the holidays or for your right now, the next holiday would be Labor Day. So if you're trying to get ready, give me at least 3 weeks so that I can get you to your goal. And guys, we have to start throwing this stuff back at them and letting them know ahead of time. You did not do, I want somebody to do a video. Don't do a post, do a video. You did not get to your size in 8 hours. So there's no way I can get you to your goal in 8 hours. Okay? The same amount of time it took you to get here, I need you to give me about 1/3 of that time to at least get you halfway to your destination. Because we have to be realistic and we have to be upfront with our clients. I will tell you guys, I will call you out on your bullshit. You know that. If y'all are trying to sell me these hopes and dreams that y'all be selling y'all friends and stuff, and I can tell y'all sell it to y'all friends, and your friends be like, oh yeah, girl, it is hard out here for a pimp. No, it's not. No, it's not. People throw money, throw it at people on TikTok. Throw it. I mean, you got people making 80 bands a month from other people's money being thrown at them, and they ain't doing nothing. But on TikTok, battling somebody. So don't tell me that people don't have money. That's not true. I'm on a waiting list right now. A waiting list for something that I want. It costs $6,500. Why am I on a waiting list? Why y'all got so much money? People have the money. People have the money. So please stop telling yourself that people don't have the money. People have the money. You just need to stop talking to a bunch of broke people. You want to get inspired? Go on TikTok. Go on TikTok and watch them battles. Go on TikTok and I be so fascinated. I'm like, people are on here like throwing them money and they're not even like doing anything. They're not giving them a service. They're not giving them a product. They're not giving them anything. What am I doing wrong in life? Right? So people will pay your price. So your 3 sessions, is going to based off of this breakdown. If they're under 200, y'all, if they're under 200, they're going to need about 3 sessions. You actually, if you have the big bottle of Sculpt Rx, you could just use that whole bottle on their sessions. Just make sure you do not put that bottle in a warm area. Some of y'all live in Texas, some of y'all live in Georgia, like me. That's why I keep my space really, really cold. Every time you come here, it's freezing cold because I know that I have to keep these things at room temperature, but a little below room temperature. So I always keep it on 65 in here. Please make sure you close it back up, seal it back up, put the thing on top if you're gonna open it and be reusing it. Okay. And you don't want them to skip the 1 week. You want to do it within a week in the 3 weeks time if you have that bigger bottle. If you don't, just use the bottles and just separate it and go like, okay, I know I need 60. This is going to be for this client. And that's how you need to do your pricing. So you know that you're going to need about 60 mLs. If you caught the $100 sale, you got 5 mLs. I mean, you got 50 mLs for $100 if you caught that sale. So 50 mLs is going to, 60 mLs is going to cost you about $125. It's going to cost you about $125. You have to pay for shipping. So you paid about $140 for it. So altogether, you spent about $140 for the under 200 session. The under 200 session. So if they're under 200, this is going to be the silver package. Now this is the scope package. Handwriting horrible. This is a scope package for under 200, but don't put under 200 on your website, y'all. This is a scope package. Now, when you get that wellness form and those photos, you are going to tell them what package they need. You are going to tell them what package they need, okay? And we're going to start doing what is called value building packages. Business owners, small business owners, are getting a really bad name because they feel like people are price gouging. Like, oh, who's paying all of that for this? It is because not enough small business owners understand what value packaging is or value pricing is. And it could be a lot of reasons. A lot of times people start businesses because they have a passion on something and then they have no business acumen behind it. They're refusing to get a mentor and all of these things. So that's why they are looking at a t-shirt and going, "Oh, I feel like this t-shirt is worth 90 bucks." And it's a t-shirt of their brand that don't nobody know about. So when you do this thing called value pricing, it is a little differently. So you know that it costs you $140 just to do these 3 sessions. You know that you want to make a certain amount of money every session. So every session is going to take you about an hour. So I want to make about $100 an hour is 3 sessions. So that's $300, right? So altogether, the minimum amount I can charge for those 3 sessions is 440. I wouldn't do 440 though. Let me tell you why. Because there are other things I want you to add into that package. Why do I have to go on Amazon and get a take home kit? Why do I have to go on Amazon and buy waist trainers? Why are you sending me to Amazon to get this and to get that? Why aren't you providing me with all of these things? I came to you for this service and you're not even giving me what I need to with the aftercare? Okay, girl. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cute little price tag of $749. What's going to be included in that session? I mean, in that 749, I'm going to do 3 sessions of scope shots. And for the first 5 people that sign up, I'm going to give you 2 complimentary detox sessions. Actually, I'm going to give you 2 complimentary 4D detox sessions. Why did I say 4D? Because I'm marketing to people and I want it to sound amazing. That's why. The movie The Odyssey, people were driving all the way down here to by my house because the Mall of Georgia is one of the only theaters in Georgia that was actually showing it exactly like how it's supposed to be made. Like they had the theater for it, and y'all, like you couldn't get tickets forever. Even like the 1 a.m. and the 3 a.m. shows were sold out because people wanted to experience that, right? So, and it was mainly because of the whole like, oh, it's so 3D, 4D, whatever, IMAX, whatever. They wanted that. So when you say things like 4D detox, it sounds better just saying detox. And if you are saying sauna, come get in the sauna, like throw your whole marketing campaign away. Like just throw it away. Because people are like, well, I can go do the sauna at my gym for free. You have to make it seem like you are giving them something that they can only get from you. That is the difference between selling and marketing. Selling, come get 2 sauna treatments or sauna sessions. And marketing, you're the first 5 people are going to get 2 complimentary. So you're going to get a total of 5 sessions for the same price of 3. I want to give you more. That's just how dedicated I am to your wellness journey. And stop making it about you. It is not about you. If you started a business and you think it's about you, girl, be for real. It's not about you. Nobody gives a damn about your feelings. And I think that's another thing that small business owners like, oh, I don't want to do that. Girl, do you think I want to do half the shit that I have to do for money? No. Okay? No. But if I want to keep my bills paid and I want to keep making money, I'm going to have to do it. It is not about you. It's not. I'm so sorry. Okay? You either have a choice of going to somebody's job, and it's definitely not going to be about you. You definitely going to have to do what they tell you to do, or putting your big girl panties and work for your clients. At least you can cut off when you like, oh, I don't feel like doing that today. I'll do it tomorrow. Okay? So 3 sessions of scope shots, and this is just going to be like your laser pads, or if you don't have laser pads, you can do the red light belt. You can add a skinny patch with it so that it gives them better results. It is not anything that's going to use you. It's not you using your body. It's really just them coming in. You want to see them again to see how they're doing. You can maybe get before and after pictures. You can talk to them. You need to see your clients more. It should not be, I see you one time and that's it. The more you see them, the more opportunities you have to upsell to them. Okay. So, 2 complimentary 4D detox sessions, and this is just to get them in the door more. And then also don't include like cavi or suction. That's more work. You want to do like sauna, you want to do anything that doesn't require you to physically have to do things. So while she's doing that, I can be getting content of her. So you can use this for free content. But y'all so busy focusing on I don't want to give nobody nothing free because you don't know how to make money off of free stuff. I give away free stuff all the time because I will make more money off of that. I still have to pay for advertisement. That's a free way of advertisement. And it builds trust among my clients. So now they feel like, oh, she gives me stuff all the time. Of course, I'm going to continue to support her. I had a lady that orders from me every single week. So I was like, you don't have to pay for shipping. Like, here's a free shipping code. Because she orders from me every week. How dare I be so like, oh, I'm gonna make her pay for shipping she orders from me every week. That is crazy. And I want her to continue to order from me every week. I throw in free stuff consistently and been ordering from me for like a year now. But y'all would rather give that up. That type of consistent money don't that does y'all don't want that. All because of your made up rules in your business. Whatever. And next, aftercare kit. But don't call it an aftercare kit. Get creative. You can call it a scope kit, you can call it whatever, but you're going to give them an aftercare kit with everything that they need. Of course, you guys know that you can go to like Waist Deer. They have some really good waist trainers. Um, the shipping sometimes be like crazy. I would love for us to like get together and like all of us do like an order, and then that way we won't have to like pay for that large shipping because their shipping be crazy, but they do have some good waist trainers. um Sometimes it's a hit or miss on Amazon with the waist trainers. So whatever you decide to get your waist trainers from is perfectly fine. Just make sure that you give them a good quality in waist trainer, and that's why you want to make sure that they go ahead and do a deposit. So if you have to pay for the waist trainer, you'll be able to pay for the waist trainer and don't have to come out of pocket for that. And you'll be able to kind of like, so your deposit should be like 50 to $100, and then they can pay the rest up front. Or if they use like afterpay, you would send them the whole invoice for 749. Don't forget to include like the 6% afterpay fee, and then you will get all the money up front and they will be 100% paid up. So if you're doing the sessions and they're using afterpay, you're going to send them the entire amount of 749. You're not going to break it down into the smaller amounts. It would be 749. Okay. So the aftercare kit, and then also just add in some digital products. And it could be like your weight loss kit. It could be a detox book, anything that you would like. I would even take it one step further because I'm just like, I want you guys to be so extra and I want you guys to stand out so much. I would take it out a little further and give them 7-day access to your weight management program, to your online weight management program. That's what I would do. In that aftercare kit, you need to have a compression garment, so a waist trainer, 2-ounce container of Chinese oil, 2-ounce container of lipo oil, and a lipo band. a lipo band. I probably would add my Gasha board too. This is lipo band. This is a ace bandage and your Gasha board. So all of this would be, oh, one more thing. One packet of gut buster or two detox plums. And guys, gut buster does have, it's similar to Cinelease, but it's not the same as Cinelease, but it is similar to Cinelease and also the detox plums too. So if they are not drinking water, it is going to cramp them up. If they are trying to take these detox plums and they are trying to eat unhealthy, the oils, the calories, the cholesterol, all of that stuff they're eating on it with the detox plum or gut buster, it's going to make them cramp. They're not drinking any water. Their body is telling them that. And then naturally, the detoxes, like when that happens, that is going to have them cramping up. So you just want to tell your clients to drink as much water as they possibly can. They can use like a heating pad. They can use the lipo oil because it has a heating effect, and the cramps will go away. Okay. Beauty is pain. They wasn't worried about cramping when they was eating all that food. Get on my nerves. So that's for under 200. Any questions about this before we go to over 200? Huh? Oh, that's a surgical pencil, but you can use an eyeliner pencil, eyeliner pencil, eyeliner pencil. You can use that too. So that's will the take home kits be the same for each package? For the most part, yeah. Because with the take home kits, what you want them to do is keep buying over and over. You don't want them to buy take home kits one time. You want them to pretty much keep buying for at least the next 6 months. So that's why you want the take home kits to be kind of the same. And we could talk about the take home kits. We can actually put one together really quick too. Um, if you give me, do y'all have enough time for me to do over 200 any take home kits? Because I know some of y'all got to go to work. Okay, cool. All right, so let's do, and I'll upload the replay to this. Did I hit record? Did I hit record? Yeah, I did. Okay, perfect. All right, so over 200. If they are over 200, okay, that's going to be a little different. You're over 200. Their session amount is going to be more. They're going to need 6 sessions. If they're over 200, they're going to need 6 sessions. The first session, 20 mLs. They may not see a difference, depending. It depends. They may see a difference. It may be anywhere between, like, their first session, your goal is to take off about 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches. Okay, 2 to 3 inches, first session. Second session, we want to use about 40 mLs. Okay, by this time, they should be at about 4 to 5 inches because 2 from the first, and unless they have really bad eating habits. If they have really bad eating habits, the body will tell you. The body will tell you that they have really bad eating habits. And I think we just need to tell our clients, like, hey, let's just start with walks, okay? So it is very, very hard to tell somebody to, not hard, I don't like to use the word hard. It is not realistic to tell somebody that does not work out that they need to go hit the gym. Okay, especially for the women over 40. The women over 40, not only do they lack um energy, their hormones are all over the place. Okay, so they're already really, really hard on themselves, and they don't feel like themselves emotionally, physically, mentally. I need you to give your clients grace, because don't come up here and act like y'all be so perfect, perfect Sally yourself. Okay, start with a walk. Girl, let's start with a 30-minute walk. And if you're anything like me, I can walk even further. If I get on the phone with one of my cousins, we haven't talked in a while, or my business bestie, and we haven't talked, like, because y'all know I don't answer my phone, I don't like talking on the phone. Girl, I can walk 5 miles and don't even realize it. So start with a walk. Start with a 30-minute walk every single day after your meals. So tell them to walk after their meals. Don't just lay straight down after their meals. If they can walk in the mornings, whenever they have time, tell them to start with a 30-minute walk. Um, third session, you still want to do 40. You still should be taking off inches. Every single session should be anywhere between 2 to 3 inches off of every single session. So if she's taking off 2 inches every session, so if every session all you do is take off 2 inches and she doesn't gain any more additional weight, she should have 12 inches off by the time the end of her session. Do you guys understand? So tell her the whole purpose of this 6 session is to make her lose at least 10 pounds and to take off about 12 inches. Do you guys understand? That is the whole purpose. So she's at a 50-inch waist. She should be at like a 40 by the time the end of your sessions are over. So by the time of those sessions are over, she should be at like a 40. And then if she wants to keep going, she can definitely keep going. You can put her on a regimen so that she can continue to lose even more. All right. And then 4, you're going to do another 40 ml. 5, you're going to do another 40 ml. And then that last session, if you wanted to increase it to about 45, you can. Because her body will be adjusted to it by then. So this is a lot of mLs, y'all. So this is not a cheap service for somebody. This is not a cheap service for them. Okay. You're looking at about, let's see, 20, 80, 80, 45. So you're looking at 225 mLs total. Okay, 225 mLs total. So this is going to be anywhere between 22 to 23 bottles of mLs. That's about how many bottles you will need. If you do the larger bottles, which is probably what I'm going to recommend, you'll need 3 of those bottles. You'll need, yeah, 50, 50, 100, 150. No, you'll need about 5 of those bottles. You'll need about 5 of the large bottles. So altogether, you're spending, so let's say you do the 23 bottles. You're going to be spending about $500 in Serm alone. So this is not a cheap service, especially since you're going to be with her for so long and you're doing $100 each session. So you're already at $1,100. And all you've done is cover your pay rate and the serum that you're going to be using. You haven't included the kit, you haven't included your weight loss. I would throw in like a DNA weight loss kit as well, because it's a underlying condition as to why or what she's eating. You want to make sure that she has like some healthy eating habits that's going to help her if she's over 200. I would throw in this DNA weight loss kit as well. So this service right here is about $14.99. So this is my $14.99 bundle, and it's going to cover them for 6 weeks. So for $14.99, you get a total of 6 scope shots. And please don't let them use it in different sessions. If they're like, "Oh, well, can I use some?" Girl, you see your stomach? Do you see your stomach? No, we need to use all of this on your stomach right now. You see how big your stomach is? Girl, talking about you can buy another package. We got to be realistic here. Sometimes I don't. They don't be realistic. Like, girl, no, I'm not doing that. 6 scope shots, and I'm going to give them 4 complimentary. I can't spell, but y'all get the picture. 4 complimentary 4D detox sections. Why? For because they need more tender loving care. They gotta have it, y'all. They gotta have it. So in between their sessions, I would tell them to come in one more time and let them do detox sessions in between, whether it's sauna, whether it's laser lipo, they need some type of detox sessions in between their 1 week. So they would get their injections one day, and then 72 hours later, I would have them come back and do a detox session. And I would do it just like that in between every single session. If you really want to give them the results that they're looking for, that's how I would create that. And then, of course, you want your take home kit. So you got your scope kit. Their scope kit is going to be a little different. It's going to be a deluxe kit. And the deluxe kit is going to be a DNA weight loss kit that they can send off to the labs. And they can follow the results on the lab. And that will kind of teach them how they're supposed to properly eat based off of their DNA. It also will include like a waist trainer. It will also include gut buster or plums. It also will include the 2 ounces of Chinese oil or lipo oil. It also will include a lipo band and the Gasha board, body board. Okay, it also will and give them your weight loss planner, 7-day meal plan created just for them. So personalized 7-day meal plan, and then they also would get access to your 7-day weight loss management program. Okay, for $14.99. So if you really look at that, if you really look at that and you go, okay, for $14.99, you're getting about 10 sessions. So really all you are paying is about $150 per session. If you really break it down and tell them like how many sessions they're getting, they only paying $150 per session. Okay. Any questions about this setup? Any questions about this setup? And they can use Cherry, they can use Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, whatever, to break it down so that they don't have to pay out of pocket for it. Can I pay $149 per session? No. Do not let them do that. Do not let them do that. Like when you break it down to them, let them know in total, if they pay for it in total, it's about $149 per session. If they want to do it per session, like if they want to pay for it per session, it's going to have to be nothing less than $299 per session. Do not let them give you $149 per session. No, because they're going to stop after 1 or 2 and you never going to get your total amount. So don't play those silly games with them. Do not. Okay. And I think Shantae asked me about the take home kits. So I'll just show you guys take home kits really quick. Any questions while I do this? Any questions? No questions. Okay, cool. Give me 1 second, y'all. Can y'all see? Trying that light has like a glare. Okay. The light has a little glare. All righty. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm looking for one more thing for y'all. So here's one more thing. Just wait. Okay, we're gonna play make believe that this is. You can actually use this. This is perfect size if you wanted to. You could use PRP oil. Um, I don't know why I don't tell you guys that often. You can definitely use that. So this pen is. So these are the pens that the clients can use if they don't use needles. So if they are like scared of needles and they can use these pens, and it has like the little filters. It has. I have a video that you can use as well for it, but it has like a really small like needle. It's not big at all. It's really small. So this is what the clients like you can add to your kits if you want to do that. Um, I also got these from the Dollar Tree. They just was some like books. Thought that was really cute. Kind of like give them some exercise. So kind of shows them some stuff. You can use boxes, you can use bags. Get these plain boxes and just put a sticker on it. I know we all want the cute boxes that have all of our logo. We got to start somewhere, guys. Like we can start with a cute plain box and just putting our sticker on it. Okay, you can get the sticker made at FedEx, UPS, wherever. You can print it out yourself, whatever you want to do. Cute little sticker, same thing. Do the same thing with the bags. The bags are plain, cute little stickers. I like these bags because they have the insulation in the inside, insulation on the inside that is going to protect the firm like as you are shipping it. So that's why I like these little cute bags right here. All right. So I have my bag, I have my oil. This is the size. So if you want to do lipo oil or Chinese oil, you can put it in a 2 ounce amber glass bottle, just like this. I know y'all like the plastic bottles, but the amber just preserves better. You can use the plastic if you want to. Cute little bottle. Then you have your bottle of Sculpt Rx. Okay. Then you have your lipo band. You got your lipo band. This is for your scope kit. For your scope kit. And then also, if you have the Gasha boards, you can put that in there too. I don't know if that's gonna fit, but you can add it to it. I would do this, my oil, my lipo band, my Scope RX, and I would do my belly fat book, my Gotcha bag, um, board, sorry, and ship it off. Depending on what state you're in, I wouldn't ship needles. You can tell them where to purchase it from, or you can send them the link. Because some states don't allow you to ship needles. But if you wanted to add the pins, you would put everything together. And give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. include like their little scan code, because they give you a scan code showing you like how to use it. So you would put this in there if you want to include the pen. So without the pen, you have your oil, your lipo band so they can compress. You have your Scope RX one bottle. I would throw in one more thing. One more thing. I would do a pack of Gutbuster. I would do a pack of Gutbuster. See why I love these bags, y'all? Fits everything. And then you can put your sticker on the outside of the bag. Right here, you can add instruction cards in there as well. So, what's inside your bag? And then I would do a video. What's inside of your scope take home bag? I have your lipo band. This is for your compression. Okay. It's very, very important that you compress. Also, another thing is when you use your lipo band, it helps with your waist training. So, a lot of times people complain about how uncomfortable a waist trainer is. Put your lipo band on first, and it will help with it being more comfortable. Okay. So, we have your lipo band. We also want you to be detoxing. So, we're going to give you what is called our gut cleanse. With our gut cleanse, it is going to be a natural cleanse to help your lymphatic system cleanse out while we are breaking down your fat cells. So while we are breaking down your fat cells, we want to make sure that we're cleansing your lymphatic system as well. So that's where your natural gut cleanse is going to come in. Then also your serum. This is a 3-in-1 fat dissolved serum. So it is going to help you break down your fat cells. It is going to help you increase your collagen so your skin can be tighter. And it's also going to help with the hydration of your skin so as you can lose weight faster. That's pretty much the whole purpose of hydrating your skin so you can lose weight faster. All right. And then also, we want to make sure that you are tightening and toning and your inflammation is being reduced. So, we gave you our detox oil. This is going to help produce collagen, so it's going to tighten. It is also going to help with burning your fat cells. So, that is everything that you get in your Scope take home kit. One of the key components to your take home kit is that you compress, compress, compress. So I would like for you to wear your waist trainer for nothing less than 8 hours a day. Okay. And when you are doing your injections, you want to make sure that you inject at least 5 mLs on one day, and then 72 hours later do the other 5 mLs, because one bottle is 10 mLs. Okay, so you can do the whole 10 mLs in 1 week. On Monday, you're going to do five. On the 72 hours later, you're going to do the other five. Or if you're feeling spicy, you can do the entire 10 in one day and just make sure you compress, compress, and do your natural detox. All right. Any questions? Honestly, my warehouse sent me those boxes, those bags with my detox plums. So I have several of them, but you can get them off of Amazon. Amazon sells them too, but my warehouse, they'll throw in stuff. So I have some if you want some. Okay, I didn't read the questions. I'm so sorry, Shanti. The weight loss community, what are some things you add weekly to help keep them engaged? I talk about them. People like to talk about themselves I ask them questions about themselves. That's the only way to keep people engaged. The only way is you want to get their opinion about something and you want them talking about themselves. That's the only way you can get people to engage. If I ask people their opinion of a perfume, I'm going to get 17. We're living in an era where people want to talk about their opinion. I will get 17,000 comments. So, how do you keep people engaged? You ask them questions either about themselves or their opinions. People want to voice their opinions. That's why Thread does so well. That's why X does so well. People want to hear about, they want to say their opinions. Uh huh. I got it from my Dollar Tree, y'all. Little cute, cheap book, nothing big. Um, I want you guys to try this. Y'all should try this, but y'all should try this, okay? You can do it two different ways. It's something that worked really well on Thread. I was just trying it out, and honestly, it was my way of giving back to a service provider. So what I did was I went on Thread, and I don't have a lot of followers on Thread. I think I have like 1,500 followers on Thread. I don't have a lot of followers on Thread. Because I be on there saying the most craziest things ever, so don't follow me on there. But what I did was I told them my experience of going to a hairstylist. And it really, I just pinpointed everything that she did right that most people complain about. So I went through the pain points and then I just verified that she did all of those things. So let me give you an example. This is all I posted. I went to get my hair done today. Can you believe there was no deposit? Why? Because people are always complaining about stylists saying deposit. So I went through the entire process. There was no deposit. She did not require me no deposit. Nothing I said was a lie. Everything was the truth. She didn't require any deposits. Can y'all believe she was actually there waiting on me and I did not have to wait to get in the seat? Why? Because people do not like to wait. If their appointment is at 2 o'clock, they don't want to wait until 2:30, 3 o'clock. They want to be exactly in the chair at 2 o'clock. I went to go get my pixie cut. I love the way that the lady did my pixie cut in January. As you guys can see, I wore that pixie cut for about 2 days and I never did it again because my appointment was at 1. I didn't get in a chair until 4 o'clock. I will never go back to her again. I don't care how amazing that haircut was, I will never go back to her again just because of that. So I made sure that with this stylist, I emphasized that she was waiting on me when I got there. So I was like, she was waiting on me when I got there. Her playlist was fire. I didn't have to hear a bunch of shoot 'em up, bang, bang, because I'm over the age of 40. I like to listen to that in my car when I'm at a place of business and I want to calm down. I don't want to listen to that. Okay. I will listen to Pooh Shiesty in my car. When I am getting my hair done, throw on the Beyonce, throw on the Jodeci. I am trying to relax. Okay. Her playlist was fire. She did everything that I told her to do. She executed my whatever I wanted and she didn't overcharge me. That is all I posted. That post went viral. I think it's at like 40,000 views now. Everybody was like, "Oh, don't gatekeep. Tell me who it is. Don't gatekeep." So I just screenshot her information and posted it. That was just my way of giving back to like hopefully God looks at that as my tithe. Cuz I felt like she deserved to be booked, but I could tell she really wasn't. And it was because, every service provider is not good at marketing. And that's where the queen comes in at. But y'all should try that. Y'all should try like marketing your business, kind of pinpointing some of the pain points that people have dealt with body sculpting. Do a video saying why didn't you go back to get body sculpting after you got one session? So if you've ever gotten body sculpted before, why didn't you go back? I saw a waxer do that video and it was so many comments. That's how you keep people engaged, by asking them for their opinion. That's how you keep people, that's how you get to know your industry as well, by listening to some of the things that people are dealing with. And then you show how your business don't do those things. So just by me making those pinpoints on my thread, that's how I was able to promote her business indirectly without coming off and saying, "Hey guys, y'all should book my stylist." No, I didn't even attach her name when I first did the post because I knew they would say, "Hey, give me her contact information." That is the difference between marketing and selling. Just one more thing. Before, when you go on TikTok now, if you see that little yellow card, tell me you don't scroll. Tell me you don't scroll. I scroll right past it. If somebody's doing a story and I look at it and it has that little orange card or yellow card at the bottom, I scroll. I think it's a lie and I scroll. People don't want to be sold to. But when you market to them, does it come off as selling anymore? It comes off as this is exactly what you need. This is the person you need to go to. All right. Any questions about Scope RX? Please tell them do not get the area wet for 24 hours. Do not get the area wet for 24 hours. Make sure they compress as much as they possibly can, do their detox, and every single time they get their session done, they should lose anywhere between 2 to 3 inches. All right. All right, guys, that is all I have for y'all today. We've been on here for a while, girl. We've been on here for a while chatting it up. Okay, let's see what I got. You're welcome. All right, y'all. Well, I hope you guys have a great day. Y'all be safe. Scope RX is back in stock. So if you want to grab some bottles, our August shipment just arrived. Our August shipment just arrived. I am going to update the system by noon. I will update the system by noon so you can, well, the inventory by noon. I'm going to do these orders really quick and then I'm going to update the system by noon. All right. If nobody has told you yet today, please have an amazing day. You are great. And I hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.